All right, sorry about that. Let's figure out who done it. We're going to practice 3 problems together. So you can kind of get the gist of it and then do the rest. So it says, let's just start on that very first one. The difference of 12 and x. So difference means subtraction. So I'm going to write just a little subtraction sign. And because it says 12 first, I actually have to put 12 first. That is important. Subtraction and division. So I'm going to actually write that on here. When it comes to subtraction and division, order matters. Okay? Those are things to remember. So when things are written a certain way in a word problem, you do have to express that. So the difference of 12 and x is 12 minus x. Pretty simple. Okay, so let's see on our other pages if we have that expression. 12 minus x. 12, oh, Mrs. Potato Head under our who. 12 minus x. So we know that Mrs. Potato Head is not our culprit. Okay, she didn't do it. Yay, Mrs. Potato Head, you are in the clear. Okay, so let's go back. Let's solve another one. I'm going to actually skip down and pick a different one. Okay, so I'm going to do this one here. I'm going to put a little dot by it. I'll put a dot by this one. The 12 times x divided by 2. 12 times x divided by 2. Okay, I know times means to multiply. Divide means, or divided by means to divide. So pretty simple. I'm going to write this down in the same order that it's written here. 12 times x divided by 2. Okay, 12 times x divided by 2. That one, pretty simple. Let's go and look at this. So show me 12 times x divided by 2. 12 times x. Oh, here it is. Mr. Potato Head is in the clear. Okay. So I'm going to show you something. In my problem here, I wrote it like this. Okay. When we are writing a number multiplied by a variable, we actually can just get rid of the multiplication sign, which is pretty cool. Because 12 times x means there are 12 x's. So I can combine them into one quantity. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you 12 times x can be written like this. So I can write my problem like this. I can also write 12 times x is the same as 12x, or 12x's divided by 2. I can write it like this. But a division sign is really just a fraction bar with 2 dots around it. So I can also write this problem as 12x divided by 2, which is what you saw beside Mr. Potato Head. So there are lots of ways to write math problems. This is probably going to be the most common one that you see, honestly. For whatever reason, the less symbols you can write in a math problem, the better you're doing. They try and get rid of as many confusing symbols, because if you continue to use that little x as your times sign, if you have x as a variable, it's going to be really confusing later on. So you don't want to have to play a guessing game of what is my variable and what is my multiplication sign, which is why they have it written like this now. Okay, so other things we're just going to have to practice and get used to seeing. Multiplication can also be seen as a dot sometimes, so it might look like this: 12 times x divided by 2. So, things that you could see in the future. And let's do one more. Twice x plus 2. I like that one. Twice x plus 2. Twice. What does twice mean? If I have twice something, if you have 4 pencils and I have twice the amount, that means I have 8 pencils. Okay, so twice means to multiply by 2. So I'm going to write times 2. Triple would mean to multiply by 3. Quadruple means to multiply by 4. Again, some important numbers, just number sense that you're going to have to kind of remember when you're solving these problems. Twice x, which is a variable, not the multiplication sign, plus 2. Pretty simple. So I'm going to do 2 times x, which can be written like this. 2 times x plus 2. Or, just like I said down here, there are some different ways to write it. Since I have a number times a variable, I can combine them, make them one quantity. So I'm going to just write or in here. 2x plus 2. Not saying that one is more correct than the other, but as you progress in math, this is going to be what people are looking for. Okay, so it's going to be a good habit to just start doing that with your variables and they're called coefficients, the number that comes before your variable, or the number being multiplied by your variable. So let's see if I can see 2x plus 2 on my whodunit. 2x, there's 2x plus 12, 2x minus 12, 2x plus 2, 2x plus 2. I don't see it in my who or my where. What about my what? 2x, oh, there it is, my backpack. So, the backpack is not the weapon used. Okay, so I narrowed down 3 things. Remember the things that you have left, so you should have one thing left in each box about who, what, and where. And whatever's left is who did it, where they did it, and what they did it with. So go ahead and finish that up, that little game, and figure it out for yourself. And then the last thing, if you need some extra practice, and we all need some extra practice every now and again, that's okay. We can work through this together if you want to reach out to me. We might do it in class sometime together if we have some extra time, or if you just want to do it because you are bored and you want to do some math because math is cool, then more power to ya. I will see you next lesson. Thanks.